Behind a quiet row of Victorian houses in London's West Hampstead stands a home that feels more like a story than a structure. Part bookshop, part family nest, and entirely Emma Thompson. Inside, sunlight pours through wide glass doors onto shelves of scripts, sketches, and family photos. Today, we'll step inside this remarkable home, explore her fortune, and uncover the life of one of Britain's most brilliant storytellers. But first, how did Emma Thompson become Hollywood's favorite mind in a British accent? Emma Thompson was never destined for an ordinary life. Born on April 15, 1959, in London, she grew up in a household where art wasn't just encouraged. It was the family language. Her father, Eric Thompson, created and narrated the beloved children's series The Magic Roundabout, while her mother, Phillida Law, was a respected stage actress. It was a home of scripts, rehearsals, and spontaneous performances, where humor and storytelling flowed as naturally as conversation over dinner. Though London was her birthplace, much of Emma's childhood was spent in the Scottish village of Ardentini, where she developed her love for nature and introspection. Her earliest role models weren't movie stars, but her parents, two working artists who taught her that talent only matters if it's grounded in curiosity and compassion. After attending Camden School for Girls, Thompson studied English literature at Newnham College, Cambridge, a decision that would forever shape her voice as both writer and performer. Cambridge wasn't just a place of study. It was where she discovered her wit, her confidence, and her calling. She joined the Cambridge Footlights, the university's legendary comedy troupe, becoming its first female member and later vice president. In 1981, she co-directed Woman's Hour, the group's first all-female variety show, and helped the troupe win the prestigious Perrier Award at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival for the Cellar Tapes, a moment that signaled the rise of a new creative force. Her early television career bloomed alongside future British icons like Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. Together, they crafted sketch shows such as Alfresco and The Crystal Cube, where Emma's sharp comedic timing made her a standout. By 1985, she had conquered the West End in Me and My Girl, proving that she wasn't just funny, she was formidable. Her performances in Fortunes of War and Tutti Frutti, 1987, earned her 2 BAFTA awards and made her one of the most admired young actresses on British television. Hollywood soon came calling. Thompson's film debut in The Tall Guy, 1989, hinted at her magnetic screen presence, but it was Kenneth Branagh's Henry V that announced her as a true talent. Then came Howard's End, 1992, the film that changed everything. Her nuanced portrayal of Margaret Schlegel earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, and with it, international acclaim. Within the next 2 years, she received dual Oscar nominations for The Remains of the Day and In the Name of the Father, cementing her reputation as an actress of rare intelligence and emotional depth. But Emma wasn't content to simply act. She wanted to create. In 1995, she wrote and starred in Sense and Sensibility, directed by Ang Lee. The film's wit, elegance, and emotional authenticity earned her a second Oscar, this time for Best Adapted Screenplay, making her the only person in history to win Academy Awards for both acting and writing. It was a triumph that defined her artistry, brains, heart, and humor in perfect balance. In the years that followed, she moved effortlessly between genres. She charmed families as the magical nanny in Nanny McPhee, which she also wrote, captivated critics in Saving Mr. Banks, 2013, and delighted a new generation in Disney's Cruella, 2021, where she played the imperious fashion villain Baroness von Hellman, a role that proved she still commands the screen with regal ease. Even after 4 decades in the business, Thompson remains unstoppable. Her recent project, The Fisherwoman, 2024, filmed in the icy beauty of Finland, is a testament to her unflagging passion for storytelling. Between takes, she even wrote a heartfelt letter to the Finnish crew, praising their artistry and kindness, the mark of a true collaborator. And while her career has taken her across the world, her heart and her favorite stories are rooted right back home, in a quiet corner of London. London Residence, the writer's family retreat. Nestled in the leafy charm of West Hampstead, Emma Thompson's London home feels like a quiet rebellion against the excesses of celebrity life. West Hampstead, one of North London's most beloved urban villages, is where Victorian character meets modern calm, a place where artists, writers, and families coexist with the easy rhythm of community life. Her three-story, semi-detached home mirrors that same philosophy, refined, functional, and full of soul. The exterior is modest, yet welcoming, with a white painted facade, bay windows framed by lavender pots, and a quiet driveway that can fit 2 cars. But the magic begins once you step inside. The ground floor opens into a wide, light-filled living space, a single continuous flow of comfort and conversation. A pale oak floor runs throughout, connecting the cozy lounge to a sleek TV area where Emma reportedly hosts impromptu film nights with family and friends. The decor is unmistakably Thompson, part English country, part literary haven. Cushions in mismatched fabrics, shelves spilling with books and screenplays, framed sketches by her daughter Gaia, and the occasional script draft resting beside a cup of tea. The kitchen, which seamlessly extends from the lounge, is both stylish and practical. A chef's dream anchored by a central island, marble countertops, and floor-to-ceiling glass doors that open into a lush southwest-facing garden. It's the perfect setting for the Thompsons' famous garden dinners, evenings filled with home-cooked food, storytelling, and the kind of laughter that makes neighbors lean out to listen. Up on the first floor, calm takes center stage. The master bedroom, bathed in sunlight, opens onto a private terrace overlooking the garden, her favorite spot for morning coffee or a quiet read. A second bedroom doubles as a dressing room, though its walls still hold reminders of her daughter's childhood. A painted mural here, a stack of fairy tale books there. The top floor carries the warmth of family life. 3 well-proportioned bedrooms and a shared bathroom designed for both comfort and character. Every corner of the home is meticulously kept, but never sterile, the kind of tidiness that belongs to people who genuinely love their space. And yet, for all the serenity that London offers her, Emma and her husband Greg Wise have found another kind of sanctuary, one that trades city hum for the song of gondoliers. Real estate in Venice, Italy. For Emma and her husband, actor Greg Wise, Venice was never just a travel destination. It was an emotional pilgrimage, a city that echoed their shared love for art, architecture, and timeless beauty. Hidden behind old stone walls on the city's outskirts, the villa stands as a serene retreat far removed from the tourist-choked canals. The property, once part of an 18th-century estate, has been restored with care and respect for its heritage. It consists of 2 apartments and a charming private chapel, an unusual combination that gives the space a deeply spiritual atmosphere, as if every corner carries whispers of Venice's layered past. Inside, the 3.5-meter-high ceilings create a sense of air and light that makes the rooms feel like living galleries. Sunlight dances across frescoed walls and terracotta tiles, illuminating carved archways and antique furniture. In true Thompson fashion, the decor blends eras. Renaissance-style paintings share space with quirky modern sculptures, and grand chandeliers hang above well-loved sofas that invite conversation more than admiration. This isn't a showroom, it's a home built for imagination. The 2,400 square meter gardens surrounding the villa are where Emma and Greg spend most of their time. Ancient olive trees and cypresses frame pathways that lead to shaded benches and fountains whispering under the Venetian sun. It's here, away from the noise of film sets and red carpets, that Emma finds her quiet joy, often writing longhand in a notebook, or simply watching the afternoon light shift through the branches. The couple describes it as their breathing space, a world where time moves at the pace of reflection. Privacy is paramount in this Italian escape. Enclosed by a stone perimeter wall, the villa offers total seclusion, allowing the pair to live freely, entertain friends, and even host small charity events without intrusion. The terrace, one of Emma's favorite spots, offers breathtaking views of the valley and sunsets that look as if they've been painted in watercolor. Despite its centuries-old charm, the villa comes with every modern comfort: public utilities, gas, and electricity, making it as practical as it is poetic. There's a large garage and ample parking, rare luxuries in Venice, ensuring the couple's vehicles and guests can be accommodated with ease. For Emma and Greg, their Venetian retreat isn't an escape from real life. It's a continuation of it, just painted in warmer tones. It's where they reconnect with nature, rediscover silence, and live by candlelight instead of camera flash. And when it's time to return to the bustle of city life, there's one thing that keeps their transitions smooth, fast, and unmistakably stylish: the cars waiting in her London driveway. Cars. Her most iconic ride remains the 1969 MG BGT, a true symbol of British motoring heritage. Sleek, compact, and irresistibly charming, the MG BGT captured the spirit of freedom that defined the late 1960s. With its 1.8-liter engine, wire-spoke wheels, and that unmistakable chrome smile, it wasn't built for speed alone. It was built for character. Even today, that one famous photo of Emma beside her crimson MG BGT feels like a snapshot of her essence: witty, classic, and delightfully unpretentious. Fast forward to the present, and her automotive preferences have evolved with grace. Her Mercedes-Benz S-Class is the definition of quiet power, the luxury sedan for those who don't need to shout to be noticed. With options ranging from a silky 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six to a roaring 4.0-liter V8 delivering up to 496 horsepower, the S-Class moves with elegance that borders on theatrical. Inside, ambient lighting and hand-stitched leather create the feeling of a private first-class cabin. But for days when she craves a little thrill, Emma turns to the Porsche 911, the perfect balance of beauty and performance. With its instantly recognizable silhouette, rear-mounted engine, and a top speed brushing 190 miles per hour, the 911 blends power with precision like a symphony in motion. It's the car for weekend escapes, fast enough to make your heart race, refined enough to park outside the Royal Albert Hall. And much like her garage, Emma Thompson's fortune reflects not excess, but excellence, the rewards of talent, hard work, and enduring creativity. Income and net worth. For over 4 decades, Dame Emma Thompson has built a career defined not by excess, but by excellence, and the result is an estimated net worth of $50 million. Hers is the kind of wealth that doesn't shout but speaks volumes, earned through mastery, longevity, and the rare ability to make intelligence profitable in Hollywood. Her fortune began, fittingly, on stage and screen. With starring roles in Howard's End, 1992, Sense and Sensibility, 1995, Love Actually, 2003, Nanny McPhee, 2005, and Saving Mr. Banks, 2013, Thompson became one of Britain's most bankable talents. Her turn as Professor Sybil Trelawney in the Harry Potter series, 2004 to 2011, added blockbuster power to her resume, earning both global recognition and residual income that continues to flow years later. Each of these films, often commanding paychecks between $3 million and $8 million, contributed to a career total rivaling the biggest names of her generation. But acting is only half of the story. Thompson's true genius lies in the pen as much as the performance. Her work as a screenwriter and producer has made her one of the most successful creative multi-hyphenates in British cinema. When she adapted and starred in Sense and Sensibility, 1995, she not only won the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, she also negotiated back-end royalties that have paid dividends ever since. Similarly, her original family hit Nanny McPhee, 2005, became a global success, spawning a sequel and solidifying her reputation as both a storyteller and shrewd businesswoman. Between royalties, producing credits, and syndication rights, her writing and production work have added well over $10 million to her fortune. And while her wealth is impressive, what she's done with it is even more inspiring, using her success to amplify voices, protect the planet, and change lives. Philanthropy. Her humanitarian work began with her involvement in the Refugee Council, where she volunteered at events and spoke out about the dignity and resilience of asylum seekers. Thompson doesn't just sign checks, she shows up. Through her support for the Helen Bamber Foundation, she has helped raise awareness and funding for survivors of violence, abuse, and human trafficking. Emma's advocacy here is anchored in empathy, born from her belief that art and humanity are inseparable. We tell stories so people aren't forgotten. In 2017, she became a global ambassador for Equality Now, an organization fighting gender inequality and injustice. Drawing inspiration from her mother, actress Phyllida Law, Emma's activism focuses on the power of education and representation. "The biggest act of rebellion," she once said, "is to raise your voice, kindly but firmly." Her involvement has helped drive campaigns against child marriage and gender-based violence worldwide. Her commitment to health and disease awareness is equally impactful. As a patron of the Elton John AIDS Foundation, she's been recognized internationally, even named a European hero by Time magazine in 2009 for her work in AIDS awareness and prevention across Africa. She and her family have also supported the Pink Ribbon Foundation, championing breast cancer awareness by promoting designs that direct 100% of profits to patient care. Thompson also supports Epilepsy Action, Neurofibromatosis Association, and breast cancer care, contributing to medical research and advocacy programs. Her approach is always grounded in humanity, not a headline, but a helping hand. When it comes to fighting poverty and hunger, Emma has been a tireless force. Since 2001, she has served as an ambassador for ActionAid, traveling to Uganda to witness how education and microfinance can transform women's lives. Her advocacy helped push for policy reforms to support female-led businesses in developing nations. She's also a strong supporter of Mary's Meals, which provides school lunches to children in regions like Malawi, Haiti, and Kenya, encouraging education through nourishment. Through her involvement with the One campaign and Make Poverty History, she's lent her voice to some of the world's largest anti-poverty movements, calling out inequality with her signature blend of intellect and wit. Her concern for children's rights is long-standing. Emma has supported organizations like Coram, the UK's oldest children's charity, which helps with adoption and youth housing, Lollipop Theatre Network, bringing film screenings to hospitalized kids, and Children of Peace, which supports children affected by conflict. She also contributes to the Justice and Equality Fund, created to fight sexual harassment and provide legal support to vulnerable women in the entertainment industry. For Emma Thompson, activism isn't a publicity act. It's an extension of who she is. And behind all her activism lies the heartbeat of home, a family stitched together by love, loss, and second chances. Personal life. Her first great love was actor and director Kenneth Branagh, whom she met in 1987 while filming Fortunes of War. Together, they became Britain's golden couple, talented, magnetic, and endlessly admired. They married in 1989, collaborated on several projects, and seemed destined for a lifelong creative partnership. But fame, long hours, and the pressure of constant scrutiny took their toll. In 1995, the pair separated amid reports of Branagh's affair with actress Helena Bonham Carter, a revelation that left Emma devastated. She later admitted that the end of their marriage sent her into a deep depression. "I had broken heart syndrome, literally," she said in an interview. Work saved me, and Greg saved me. That Greg was Greg Wise, her Sense and Sensibility co-star, who became the quiet force that helped her rebuild. Their relationship began gently, with friendship and laughter, and evolved into a love grounded in trust and humor rather than glamour. By 1999, the couple welcomed their daughter Gaia, conceived through IVF when Emma was 39. The actress has spoken candidly about the process, helping to destigmatize fertility treatments for women facing similar challenges. In 2003, the couple expanded their family in an extraordinary way. At a Refugee Council event, Emma met Tindiebwa Agaba, a teenage Rwandan orphan and former child soldier who had fled genocide and was living in the UK. She invited him to spend Christmas with them, and one holiday turned into a lifetime. Gradually, she said, he became part of the family. In 2009, Tindy became a British citizen, and today he continues to work in human rights advocacy, a legacy that clearly reflects his adoptive mother's compassion. Today, Emma Thompson's family life reflects everything she values most: kindness, creativity, and connection. She's built a home that welcomes difference, celebrates love in all its forms, and proves that real happiness doesn't come from perfection, but from acceptance. If you enjoyed this journey into her world of wit, warmth, and wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Stay with us as we continue exploring the lives and homes of the world's most extraordinary storytellers.